I'm not spoiling it. It's a romance. They're kissing on the cover. What do you think is gonna happen? 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, bookishlylori. I have a huge book haul for you guys today. So this kind of happened kind of quickly, unexpectedly. So I have my book of the month. I have lots of romance books here for you. I went to the Half Price Books in Dallas because I was traveling there for a concert. I originally was going to do like a whole like Dallas vlog. I went to see ATEEZ. It's a K-pop group. And I took some footage at the Half Price Books. I may or may not put that in here just to show you. It was very fun. It was like, if you're not familiar with Half Price Books, it's a discount bookstore for used books, and they started here in Texas and in Dallas. So I went to like the flagship store in Dallas. It's really big. It was like a bookish bucket list item for me, so I was excited that I got to go. And of course I got some books there, but all of this is not from one place. Trust me, this kind of like accumulated quickly. So this is like a combination of going shopping at Half Price Books, Goodwill shopping, which I do all the time. Some pre-orders came in, and we're here. We ended up here. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm gonna start right here on top with my book of the month. So this is for August. The next book I'm gonna talk about was also a pick. I decided to go with The Wedding People by Alison Espach. So I just thought the concept was interesting for this book. My understanding, it's like this really cool, like fancy wedding at this beautiful resort, and this bride, please don't topple over, this bride has everything perfectly planned to a T except for our main character, Phoebe. So she kind of arrives and her life is in shambles, and you know, she's just trying to have her dream vacation meanwhile, and like get her life together. Meanwhile, this wedding is happening, and so she forms a friendship with the bride. Things happen. Maybe like kind of, it's giving literary fiction vibes, so that's kind of what I'm thinking this is gonna be. But honestly, out of all the August book of the month choices, this was my second choice, because also included in book of the month this month was, and I think what most people picked for their book of the month, was The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. I had already had this pre-ordered, so that is why I didn't pick it for my book of the month. So I knew it was already coming. I did get like the pre-order version with the sprayed edges. So if you can see it, it's like a light purple. In person, like a lavender color. It kind of looks a little bit pink on camera. But it says, "Some things taste better together." On this side we have the Eiffel Tower, a little wine glass, a croissant, cup of coffee, just like little travel symbols, because the main characters in this book go on, I believe they're exes. They're like childhood friends to lovers to exes, so they got a lot of history between them, and they end up going on this like cross Europe vacation, tasting, seeing the sights, eating the good food, all of that stuff. And I really don't need to know much other than I love Casey McQuiston, have loved their other books, so I hope I will love this. I expect to love this. So of course I pre-ordered it, and I'm excited. Alright, now we're going to, I just separated it by genre. That was the easiest kind of way to do it. Yeah. it built up so fast, guys. So I have, and I'll tell you like if I've read the book or not, because some of these I have read and I just wanted to add them to my collection, but most of these I have not read, so I will not know much about them. So this book kind of caught me by surprise. I was in Target and I was just browsing their book section, as one does. And I found Meant for Me by Tay Marley. Now this is actually a Wattpad book that was published with their Frayed Pages publishing house. So from what I'm seeing on the back, the author wrote a Wattpad YA hit QB Bad Boy and Me, and it's been adapted into a movie. I have no clue about that, but this is her first debut adult novel. Reeling from the sudden loss of her older sister, her only family, Addie Mae flees Los Angeles without a plan or destination and ends up in Texas. Lost and alone, she's taken in by some local ranchers, and there she meets farmhand Zach Ryan, who starts to cut through the grief and pain to show Addie that she has something to live for. But the small town holds more than just a fresh start for Addie. Fate has brought her face to face with a piece of her past. Okay, so small town is gonna be hard hitting. I'm excited. Next up, I got Maybe One Day by Debbie Johnson. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, so this one had an interesting thing. For years, Jess believed that Joe, the father of her child and the only man she ever loved, had abandoned her during her time of greatest need. That belief nearly destroyed her. 17 years later, while cleaning out her mother's house, Jess unpacks a box of cards and letters hidden in the attic and makes a discovery that transforms everything about her life as she knows it. So I'm thinking, I'm just gonna use my context clues here. I'm guessing someone hid the letters for her, and that this man did not just leave her, like he wrote to her or something happened, but that information was kept from our main character for some reason. We're gonna find out the drama, but I think that sounds great. I got Just Another Love Song by Carrie Winfrey. This is also the author of Waiting for Tom Hanks. I didn't read that one, but this one is music related, so it went in my cart almost instantly. Oh, this is also a book outlet order too. Oh my god, girl, I need to stop buying books. Two high school sweethearts get a second chance at their perfect ending in this charming new romance by Carrie Winfrey. Okay, cute. I really don't need to know much more about that. It's just, you know, cute romance, music related. We added it to the shelf. Love and Other Flight Delays by Denise Williams. So this is actually a bind up of 3 novellas, and I actually started reading one of them. I started accidentally reading the last one, but I don't think it matters. I think they're interconnected standalones, but there's 3 novellas in this. Love Connection is an airport pet groomer meets her frequent flyer crush and finds herself in a fake dating situation with a professional risk assessor who moonlights as a romance author. Okay, that one sounds good. The Misconnection, 2 strangers share a romantic night only to discover months later they're rival chemistry professors about to embark on an extended business trip in this grumpy meets sunshine romance. That also sounds great. And then the one I'm almost done reading that I like so far, The Sweetest Connection. 2 best friends have 1 week to return a lost love note found in a candy shop at the airport and work up the courage to confront the deep feelings between them before one of them leaves the country. I am almost done with that 3rd novella, The Sweetest Connection, and it is really cute. So I'm excited to read the other 2 collections in this series. The reason why I started reading the 3rd one by accident is because for me, all 3 novellas are available on Libby. So I was listening to the 3rd one. This is another one that caught my eye for being like compelling, dark, romance with like other elements going on. So it's All That We Never Were by Alice Kellen. It says, he'll do anything to bring the light back into her eyes. Leah Jones used to love her life. Now she can barely get out of bed in the morning. Still shaken by the sudden loss of her parents, her older brother is the only person she has left to keep her from falling into the emotional abyss. And then later it says, someone like Axel Nguyen, her brother's best friend. Seeing Leah so despondent is a punch to Axel. Not Alex, Axel? We got Axel Nguyen? Okay. As he prepares to move across the country for work, soon he'll be gone too, and Leah will have no one to help her. What Leah needs most is someone to watch over her, someone to make her feel loved and cared for, someone like Axel Nguyen, her brother's best friend. Ooh, brother's best friend romance. Okay, period. This is one that I have read. We have Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. So this is about a wedding planner and a florist. And they end up working for the same celebrity high-profile wedding, but they actually have a past. So with their past relationship, it's awkward for them to work together. It's tense. And this does follow like dual timelines. So you see the past and why they ended up not working out and having like this tense relationship. in the present, and in the present, of course, you see them rekindling. It's a romance, you know how it goes. But this was really good. I think I rated this 4 or 5 stars. I just wanted to add it to my collection. I mean, look how beautiful this cover is. Like, this cover is so pretty. And I really enjoyed it. So, had to add it to my collection when I saw it. Next, I picked up Loathe to Love You. This is another collection of novellas by Ali Hazelwood. I have read this. I have loved this. It's a feminist novella collection. If you know Ali Hazelwood and you've read some of her stuff, you know that that's kind of her bread and butter, is like the feminist and also STEM love stories. My personal favorite was this cover, the green one, Stuck With You, because they were stuck in an elevator, and I just love that trope. So that one was my personal favorite one. But all three were really cute. I loved the whole thing. We have one where she is stuck with a roommate from hell that she doesn't like. It's kind of like Hate to Love. Second one, they're stuck in an elevator together. And the third one, Below Zero, it's about an aerospace engineer, and I think they're like in, yeah, they're doing remote Arctic research. So pretty cool. If you like Ali Hazelwood's other works, I'm sure you would love this. I just wanted to add it to my collection. Now, I also picked up, I bought 3 Ali Hazelwood books. So I unfortunately decided to unhaul some of the one I had, which was The Love Hypothesis, which is her most famous work. So I need to get that one back, and then collecting slowly the other ones. Most of them I have read, but this one I skipped. I don't know why I skipped this. I think I tried to read it on audiobook, and it was probably one of those situations where the audiobook was not working for me. I'm very picky with narrators and things like that, because I love audiobooks, but the narrators, I don't know, I'm very picky. So this is Love Theoretically. I think I'm going to go ahead and read this physically, give it a try, because I was enjoying it plot-wise. It was just the narrators that were tripping me up. But I think this is going to be good. From what I remember, this girl is a professional fake girlfriend. So if you love the fake dating trope, this was written for you. So she's a professional fake girlfriend. Take that what you will, like not crazy Pretty Woman style, but just like for awkward men that can't, you know, get girls in real life. So they need somebody to go to events with them. So she's the fake girlfriend. Anyway, the guy on the cover that she's kissing is not one of these men that hires her to be his fake girlfriend. That's his brother. So she falls in love throughout the story. I'm not spoiling it. It's a romance. They're kissing on the cover. What do you think is going to happen? But her love interest is her client's brother. So I'm excited to see how that all works out. Kind of know what happens already. Hello, it's a romance. They're kissed on the cover. I know what's going on. But I think it's going to be cute. And I also wanted to pick up for the collection. Oh, I forgot to take off the sticker. I'll take it off. That's bothering me though. Don't look at it. I also got Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. A lot of people didn't like this as much as The Love Hypothesis. That's valid. I enjoyed it. I just think Ali Hazelwood is a really good time. I thought our main character was really quirky. Do I remember it a lot? No. It says it takes place with like NASA. I didn't remember. All thoughts, like, it's one of those, like, it's a 3-star because it was good at the time I was reading it. Do I remember key details? Is my comprehension there? No. But is it going to be on my shelf and look cute? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The main character's name was B. She was so cute. I remember liking the main character, the girl, the female main character, so much more than the male main character. He was just kind of there, a cardboard box, just chilling, but she was fun. I liked her. Next up, we got a lot of Anna Huang. So I read the first and second book of the If Love series. You can see it right here. The first book is called If We Ever Meet Again. Guys, if you don't know about this series, because I think Anna Huang, obviously the series I'm about to show you, the Twisted series, is her most popular. But if you don't know about this series, girl, let me tell you. First book, also look how pretty. They all have sprayed edges. That these books just came out. But I believe these two books were published a while ago, and maybe these two are more recent. I don't know. Editing Lori put a note about that. But this first book, If We Ever Meet Again, takes place in Shanghai. So I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. It's a romance between two people who are in the Shanghai program for school. Like, they are American. They go to Shanghai for school. Yeah, exchange program. Cute. And it follows their story, and then we see them in the second book 5 years later. Oh. We see them 5 years later in New York. So the first two books are pretty much a duology for those two characters. But the second two books follow their friends that we meet in the first duology. So the third book is called If Love Had a Price, and it follows her friend Chris and Nate. So Chris is like the rich friend, and we met them when they were in Shanghai in college, and she has like a really rich parents. Her dad is super rich, and her dad in that book was getting married or had a fiance that Chris absolutely hated, and there was like talk in that book of some kind of plot to overthrow her. So this one, the summary says, she offered him $10,000 to seduce her father's gold-digging fiance. He countered with $15,000 and a kiss from her at any time he chose. Oh, good Lord. So obviously this is going to be some kind of fake dating scenario. I really want to go in blind because I just want to enjoy from what I remember. And I just read the first two books recently, so I should be okay. But yeah, like opposites attract romance. It's going to be very cute. I'm excited. And the last book in that series is If Love Book 4, If We Were Perfect. And this follows her friend Olivia. Oh my gosh, Olivia and Sammy. Like, okay, I will say that you have to read this series in order to feel the full effects. Even though the first two books are a duology and these two are kind of like standalones, you have to read them in order to like get the full effect and know who Olivia is. But Olivia and Sammy have been exes since like, I think book 2. Like, they broke up, and not really spoiler because, you know, they're gonna work out, but they have been exes, and fate brings them back together, and they hate each other. They're exes. How are they gonna make it work? I'm excited to find out. And I will just show you all together. I hold the entire Twisted series by Anna Huang. Did I read the first book in the If Love series and then proceed to try and buy a lot of other Anna Huang books, and I almost have all of her books now? Yes. Do I regret it? No. So, from what I know about this series, I honestly have avoided a lot of details. I don't know much. I know that this is available on KU, so I will probably be reading it on KU. I think the first one is Brother's Best Friend romance. That's all I need to know. Again, I tried reading the audiobook and I was picky. So I'm just going to read it physically. But I am excited. I want to know what the hype is. I want to know like what the book talk girlies are freaking out about. I think it's going to be good. I know one of these is like bodyguard romance, and then another one is like the main character in this book's older brother. That's really all I know. That's all I want to know. I kind of want to get like my genuine reaction and not be spoiled by knowing too much on the front end. That was romance. I got a few other genres in this other, so that whole first pile was just romance. The second pile, I have YA, I have poetry, I have a classic one, I have some literary fiction and some, did I have poetry? Yeah. And some thrillers. So starting with YA, I have One Great Lie by Deb Coletti. Deb Coletti wrote A Heart in a Body in the World, if you're familiar with that one. This is a YA novel about our main character Charlotte wins a scholarship to a writing workshop in Venice with the charismatic and brilliant Luca Bruni. It's a dream come true. Writing is her passion, and going to that romantic and magical sinking city gives her the chance to solve a family mystery about a Venetian poet deep in their lineage, Isabella D'Angelo, who might be the real author of a very famous poem. So I picked this one up because I am obsessed with Italy. I would love to go to Italy one day, and I would love to specifically go to Venice one day. So just because that was the setting of this book is what made me grab it and pick it up. So I'm excited to see this. I haven't heard anyone talk about it or seen any hype on it. So yeah, I'll try it out. Next, I picked up Rumble by Ellen Hopkins. I do want to start getting more into this author because she writes in verse. So if you can see, it's kind of like a poetry format. It does tell a linear story. It follows the storyline, but it's written in a poetic form. I have read one of her works, but it was quite a while ago, so I'd like to get back into it. Next, I have Never Saw You Coming by Erin Hahn. I read, what's her other book called? A book that had to do with music. I'll put the cover here, but I really liked that one, even though I can't remember the title right now. The tagline for this one says, she went looking for answers and found him instead. So it is a YA, but it's a romance, of course. I did think the premise was interesting. So, raised by conservative parents, what does that mean? 18-year-old Meg Hennessy just found out her entire childhood was a lie. Instead of taking a gap year before college to find herself, she ends up traveling north to meet what's left of the family she never knew existed. While there, she meets Micah Allen, a former pastor's kid whose dad ended up in prison, leaving Micah with his own complicated relationship with the church. The clock is ticking on Pastor Allen's probation hearing, and Micah, now 19, feels the pressure to forgive even when he can't possibly forget. As Meg and Micah grow closer, they are confronted with the heavy flutterings of first love and all the complications it brings. Together, they must navigate the sometimes painful process of cutting ties with childhood beliefs as they build something truer and straight from the heart. That sounds really good. So I am definitely excited for this. It sounds like it is young adult, but more, it's like verging or kind of like the edge of new adult, since one of the characters is 19 and I'm sure the other character, yeah, is 18. So 18 and 19, that's almost young, that's almost like new adult to me, whereas young adult would kind of more be like in a high school setting. I guess they're out of high school. So cute. Next, I picked up Love Boat Taipei by Abigail Heng Wen. This is the first book in a series. I thought the covers were gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this was the cover by. Since I loved Anna Huang's books about being set in Shanghai, I was looking for other books that had just different settings, that were not just set in a college in America or, you know, places that I read about before. So of course I wanted to read this as well. It says, a wise man once said, when at Love Boat, party like the prodigies do. When Eve Long's parents send her away for the summer, she's expecting Chien Ten, a strict educational immersion program in Taiwan. Instead, she finds the infamous Love Boat. There, Ever is surrounded by prodigies like Rick Wu, Chinese-American wonder boy, and longtime bane of her existence. Ever's roommate, the confident and clever Sophie Ha, as glamorous as she is sharp, and the intimidatingly cool Xavier He, heir to an international tech empire. So I love that vibe, because just like Anna Huang's If Love book, where it's set in Shanghai and it's about college kids and they all live in the dorm, this is a similar thing, but it's set in Taiwan. I love it. I think that's gonna be great. I'm gonna read it a little bit after I finish the Anna Huang series, just so I can separate them in my mind, because it is quite a little bit of a similar situation. But I think this is going to be really cute. Alright, now we're kind of getting to the thriller. So this is a YA, but more of a horror thriller YA in preparation for the spooky season that is coming up. I've been wanting to read this for a long time. Together We Rot by Scarla Arndt. So it says, secrets are stronger than blood. The Morgwood is full of both. Sounds really cool, right? Will Green and Elwood Clark used to be inseparable. That was before she accused his family of killing her mother. So I don't want to read anymore. I kind of like to go... Oh, and on the back, it says, she may have helped him escape his family's cult, but the woods won't let him go easily. I just want to go in blind. I don't want to know anything else. I want to go in blind. I want to be surprised. I want to like figure the mystery out as it goes. But this is really intriguing to me. Girl, I love cults. I love cults. Give me all the recommendations for books with cults. I will probably read it. But I'm excited about this. The cover is gorgeous, y'all. If you can't see, like, it shows like in his rib cage. I just love it. So I'm super excited for this one. I will definitely be reading it in October, probably drinking a pumpkin spice latte, waiting for it to rain. Yes. I have another thriller. I picked out A Vanishing Point by Lisa Harris, and this is a Nikki Boyd novel. So I'm pretty sure this is a series. I don't know if I have to read them in order. But this one sounded intriguing. I think I got this at Goodwill for $1.99. So 6 girls missing and every clue leads to a dead end. During Garrett Addison's first week on the job as a criminal investigator for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, his team is called out of a murder scene of a young girl. She's just one in a string of disappearances with one thing in common, a Polaroid photo of each victim left behind at the crime scene. That sounds like a Criminal Minds episode. That's all I need to know. That's all I want to know. Will I be picturing Spencer Reed as this guy? What's his name? Garrett Addison. Yep, Garrett Addison will be Spencer Reed in my mind. I don't care. Next up, I got a book I've been hearing a lot about, trying to be in my thriller era, Pretty Girls. So I don't really want to read the summary because I don't want to spoil anything. I just want to go in blind like I do with a lot of thrillers. But from what I understand and what made me want to pick this up, I heard in another video that the guy, I guess the dad, I don't really want to know, something with like human trafficking, and the dad has like girls. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm gonna go in blind. But I remember hearing some kind of buzz, something in another video made me want to pick this up, and then I saw it and I picked it up. That's how easily influenced I am. Also found The It Girl by Ruth Ware. So Ruth Ware also wrote The Woman in Cabin 10 and The Return of the Key. Very popular thriller author. Got this at Goodwill for $2.99. Again, don't want to know. I'm just going in. This book does have like a sticker of somebody and they put like their address, and I'm like, why would you put a personalized sticker in the book and then get rid of it? But not everybody's a book collector like me. So anyway, and I got The Last Romantics by Tara Conklin. I don't really know what this is about. I think it's a beautiful cover, pretty. And I think that this is literary fiction. I think. Again, this was a good read find. This was a Goodwill find. It was $2.99. It looks good. I grabbed it. I think it has something to do with poetry. So that's why I put it next to the next two books. Because this has something to do with poetry. And I like poetry. So we'll see if I like this too. I got some poetry books. I found a copy of a book that I have already read and I really enjoy. Amanda Lovelace. This is Flower Crowns and Fearsome Things. just adding to my modern poetry collection. I have read most of Amanda Lovelace's works. The new one that's coming out, I'll put a picture here. It's already on pre-order. I already got it. It's on its way. But I liked this one. I think it was really cool. They have the beautiful images to go along with the poems. And so they have like the burning roses along with like the more pretty poems have like a beautiful little field. So it's like the idea of feminine rage, as well as, I think this whole collection is a celebration of femininity and how femininity can be this very soft thing, very beautiful, very pretty, flouncy, like girly girl time, and it can also be a fearsome thing. It can also be rage, feminine rage. Alright, I need to hurry up. I need to finish this. This is getting way too long. Next one, I got this Love Poems for Anxious People. I just thought this would be a really cute addition to my poetry collection, and I am indeed a person with anxiety. I have the Lexapro to prove it. So I thought this would be a fun, quick read and a good addition to my poetry collection. So that's why this is here. Next up, I recently watched the newer movie edition of Little Women. So I had to get a book to go along with my newfound obsession. I love the 2019 version of Little Women. I watched the older versions of the movie. It was okay, but I absolutely fell in love with the 2019 version with Timothy Chalamet, Florence Pugh. I love Florence Pugh. So I fell in love with it. I became an Amy supporter. I love Amy. I like Jo too. I know everybody loves Jo, but I love my girl Amy. I think she's misunderstood. I love her. So I just wanted to have this in my collection and read the book so I can compare it to the movie. And it's a classic. I always like to have a good collection of classics. This is the Paper Mill Press version. If you don't know where to find these are on Book Outlet. You can get pretty much every popular classic in these pretty versions. They have like the pretty foiling, and they have a ribbon, and they look really nice on the shelf together. So if you're looking for a good place to get like a set of classics all together, this is an option for you. Again, available on Book Outlet. Speaking of really cool classic editions, this is not a classic. However, it is beautiful. I am a Bridgerton girly. I love Bridgerton. I have loved it since the show came out. I watched season 1, binged all the books, and have loved it ever since. We don't need to talk about season 3. Where did their time go? I don't understand, but that's for another video. But I found these awesome bind-up editions on Amazon. So this is book 1 and 2. So this is Daphne and Anthony's books together. Look at these vibrant sprayed edges, this bright pink. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I think this is so beautiful. I don't think everyone will love this like green and pink combo, but I love it. So yeah, this is a bind up of The Duke and I and The Viscount Who Loved Me. Like I said, first 2 books, Daphne and Anthony. I have already pre-ordered the rest of this series. I will put them on the screen now so you can see the colors. Look how pretty they are. So yeah, that was just the first one that came. I believe the others that I pre-ordered, they are coming in September. So when I have the full collection, I will put them all together and do a little Bridgerton video for you guys. But I just thought this would be the best way for me to have Bridgerton in my collection. I do not like, I can't do, what are the small paperbacks called? I can't do pocket paperbacks. I forget what they're called. I really don't like the small paperbacks. I can't do it. I can't read it. And I didn't love like the modern covers enough. I thought this was like the prettiest option. So this is what I went with. Nothing special really about the end pages. But I thought it's cool. They have a Bridgerton family tree in here. And it says like where each character is and what book. And we are here at the last 2 books. I picked up 2 more literary fiction books. I know nothing about them. We got Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I like Writers. I like Lover by Taylor Swift. We'll put them together. They should be good. And last but not least, we have Sing You Home by Jodi Picoult. I have read Jodi Picoult before and enjoyed it. To my knowledge, and indicated by the cover, she's carrying a guitar case. There's something related with music that is like a buzzword. I will probably always get it. Oh wow. Oh, I didn't even notice. Cool. My book came with a companion soundtrack. So yeah, it does have music in it, and I can even listen to the music. Pretty cool. Oh my gosh, I actually have a CD player because I am a K-pop fan and I have CDs. So that's awesome. I'll be able to listen to the music while I read this book. It says every life has a soundtrack. All you have to do is listen. Music has set the tone for most of Zoe Baxter's life. There's a melody that reminds her of the summer she spent rubbing baby oil on her stomach in pursuit of the perfect tan, a dance beat that makes her think of using a fake ID to slip into the nightclub, a dirge that marks the year she spent trying to get pregnant. For better or worse, music is the language of memory and the language of love. In the aftermath of a series of personal tragedies, Zoe throws herself into her career as a music therapist. When an unexpected friendship slowly blossoms into love, she makes plans for a new life, but to her shock and inevitable rage, some people, even those she loves and trusts most, don't want that to happen. So I'm excited about this. I don't really want to know anything else. I'm just going to go into it when I can get to it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this long video of this really big book haul. I am not excited to put all these on my shelf and figure out where they all go now. It might take some rearranging. But if you made it to the end of this video and I have your attention for just a few more seconds, I would like to tell you guys I am starting a second channel. So I wanted to start a second channel because I am interested in more than just books. I like to yap about more than just books. And now that I kind of have the whole YouTube thing down for the most part, not a pro, not amazing, but down, I wanted to do a lifestyle channel to show off home decor, shopping. I love perfume, fragrance, beauty. So all of that is going to be on my other channel, which is called Low Inspired Living. So I have it linked down below if you want to subscribe. I am filming for it today, so there will be videos coming soon. By the time you're watching this, there's probably already a video posted on there. So if you would like to check it out and also subscribe there, that would be amazing. If you made it to the end of this video and you haven't subscribed yet, why haven't you? But if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Please leave me a like. Please leave me a comment if you saw one of your favorite books in this haul. Tell me to read it, encourage your girl, tell me to move it up on my TBR, and I will for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!